name is Adrian Nanchev, and this channel is all about championing hemp's use and bringing it into the mainstream conscience. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification next to it for the latest uploads, and join the movement because we want hemp. Now, what is hemp exactly? Hemp is a very versatile crop and industrial material that is distinguishably unique from most of the plants out there with regards to the amount of uses it's got, and yet has some strands, especially its cousins, have psychedelic effects. So it's very unique in its own way, and yet it has medicinal and construction uses. That can be used for construction like buildings, hempcrete, but also can be used for clothing and food stuff. Shirts, trousers, hats, socks, boots even can be made of hemp or hemp composite. We also see hemp in medicine use. Hemp has also got anti-inflammatory and analgesic or pain relief properties, as well as it's got some very proven anti-epilepsy properties, as seen in the 2013 CNN Weed documentary by Sanjay Gupta, as he follows around Charlotte Figi and talks about the Charlotte's Web strand of cannabis. Hemp is by no means the perfect crop because it does fall victim to certain pests and herbs and weeds, but when used in conjunction in crop rotation, there's been some case studies where farmers have grown hemp from April to September, and because they're so high and very deep roots, they tend to suffocate out weeds. Some farmers have discovered that if they grow corn or sweet corn after hemp, they tend to get a 10% yield boost because there are fewer weeds on the actual field. It's also worth understanding that roughly from April to September is the only real time you need to grow hemp in. Hemp grows roughly 1 foot a month, and by come September it's ready to harvest. It's got more cellulose than trees, it grows a lot faster than trees, and the yield for like fibre is 2 to 4 times greater than that of cotton. So it requires less land than cotton to grow to turn into clothing, and it grows a lot faster and has a lot more cellulose that can be turned into paper when it comes to compared to trees. So hemp is a very alien crop where it's got very minute traces of THC, which is psychedelic, but its cousin is cannabis or marijuana as we know it. So that level of THC is what is stopping hemp from being legally grown in the United States. But what's even interesting and a bit weirder is that hemp cultivation is more or less legal everywhere else in the world. Canada, China, South America, UK, China, and probably even other places. France is very big on hemp growing and a lot of culture there. But it seems to be that America is like an island of a denial in a sea of acceptance when it comes to growing and using hemp for its own industries, for its own tax revenue, and to legalise and control things like quality control and things like that. So it's a very interesting and rather unique plant in mankind's history, and it was first used like 6000 BC in ancient China for clothing, and I think it was used before papyrus as well for paper. But it's a very interesting plant nonetheless, and very unique. And I personally believe that hemp is very underutilised, and that needs to change. So the purpose of this channel and my mission is to champion hemp's use and to bring it into the mainstream conscience. So that's why I say we want hemp. So the question of the day to you is, what are you surprised about with hemp? What are you surprised to learn about hemp and what it's all about? Maybe the fact that it's like, my answer is, it's like the original crop. It was used like at the very, very beginning, 6000 odd BC, certainly in the thousands of BC, 1000 or so BC. It is a very unique plant, and I think it is very underutilised, and mankind can really benefit a lot in terms of tax, in terms of industry, in terms of health, in terms of awareness as well, and cultivation in it just using it, because I think we're holding ourselves back slightly by not using hemp in our world. But what is the biggest thing you're surprised to learn about hemp? And lastly, click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification next to it for the latest uploads, and join the movement because we want hemp. How cool is that?